Having a good day. Yeah.
Renee, where'd your jokes go? In the beginning of ServCo meetings last year, you always have some prepared.
And I don't have a joke today. Junior year's taking a toll, let's just say the least.
I guess you
So-
could say she isn't ready to serve up a joke.
Oh. Congratulations.
Yeah. Really good segue into starting the meeting off and waiting for everybody to come in.
Yeah. So if
But-
it is recording, I think since it is 4:34, we are able to get started. And we will record this and send it out for everyone who's not able to make it as soon as the meeting's over.
So first slide, I think, Chloe, yeah.
Right.
I think there's a front slide, Chloe. You might want to.
Wait a second.
Oh my goodness.
It's odd. I can't go backward. Wait a second.
Okay. Segue while waiting for the slides to show up. Hope everyone's having a good day.
Technical difficulties.
Either way, thank you all for coming.
Yeah, so essentially what we're going to be doing in this meeting is just highlighting a couple of the things that you guys will need to know as club officer teams going into this upcoming year. And yeah, and then at the end, please save your questions or type them in the chat as we're going through. We want to answer any questions that you guys have about this upcoming year.
All right, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Okay.
You can find your service posters for the fair around the school. The education for all of their posters are by the cork board. The global issues is second floor CAF by the bathrooms on the red wall. Poverty ERAD is on cork board opposite the film room. Help for Disabled is right next to it, in between like the mirrors and the cork board with the illiteracy saying. And there's SAS Centric on the second floor by the elevator. NSCs are on second floor corkboard by the CAF. And do know we are trying our best to keep them up, but if you can't find your poster or they've fallen down, just tell us and we can reprint and hang them back up.
Perfect. So in terms of being a part of the Service Council, just as a reminder for everyone and especially for new service clubs recently accepted, there's a lot of benefits associated when being part of the Service Council. And over here on the website, if you key in the link, you can always find it at sessvc.com. You are able to have an officer resource where you're able to apply for funds if necessary. So you apply for funds with us, the Executive Service Council, and if you need any additional funds for an event or an activity or a particular donation that you require, we have graciously allowed money to be distributed to our service clubs to be able to conduct service throughout the school year, thanks to the Advancement Office. So to find the link, it's all on the slideshow, and that's one of the benefits available. Next slide, please. The next benefit available is advertising. It's a core part of how ESC helps you all this year. And so every Saturday, if you need an advertisement for an activity the following week, or just a general kind of, hey, like we need members, perhaps, anything of the sort, there's the link right here. You can find it in the service portal or on the service website. And it's a form that you essentially can check off in terms of what advertising mediums you want us to help you in advertising in. For example, Instagram, Facebook, This Week in Service emails, which will be starting soon. And so keep a lookout for that. The HS Bulletin and e-news and the perspectives blog are also available resources. So in terms of advertising for your club's events in the HS Bulletin, you would firstly contact your sponsor. The easiest way is to get it through your sponsor, where they are able to submit things to the high school bulletin. And so you could write a blurb and send it to them. And then the e-news, as well as the Perspectives blog, which is a monthly featurette that's a new thing this year, contact us and you can fill it out on the form as well. So we could see if you're interested in that. And we will help contact the communications office here at SAS to help you advertise. For example, if you want to write a blog post, let us know and then we'll put you in contact with them, as well as an e-news description for, let's say, a large event, taking from example, let's say Echo's Valentine's.
All right, so this is the part where I think that I share my screen a little bit and talk about the service portal. So we have a brand new service portal this year, which is super cool because it's a really great tool for clubs to track like hours, events, and just be able to send things out to members. But I just wanted, because it's new this year, I just wanted to go over like some of the things that you can do with the service portal and some of the questions that people would have. So to start off, when you get to the service portal, it looks like this. This should be your own hours. That if for some reason you're not seeing that, yeah. So what you need to do is go to this dashboard over here. And that is where you're going to find all your officer things for your club. So this is how you can control what your club looks like on the service portal. In the Explore Clubs page, this is how you could, for example, email all your members super easily or assign events. So firstly, like if you have like multiple clubs, there's a drop down here. Next, this is like a member list, and it should pop up with hours and stuff of all your members.
Did Chloe's audio cut out?
Oh yeah, I think your audio cut out. Yep.
Oh, sorry, what part was I at?
Yeah, we can't hear her, but if you like, I okay. Chloe, would you like me to narrate the instructions for you?
Am I back?
Yes.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay,
Perfect.
sorry.
Back.
And my Wi-Fi cut out. Okay, so here's the members page. And basically, you should have all your members here. Really cool trick is if you click the checkbox here, you have to click the checkbox, then you're able to like copy all your members' selected emails. So that's pretty awesome. So next onto the events page. So here you can look at like your past events that you had with your club. And you can also create new events that can be recurring. One important thing to note is you definitely have to fill out all the boxes on here or else it's not going to create the event. So yeah, and you can make recurring events so that if you have a meeting every week, for example, and I think you can also assign hours to the event. And let's say, for example, that you create an event and you want to make it so that like let's say like one person like did a lot more work than other people on the event. You can click override hours. So instead of getting like the 3 hours that one person got, you can give them like 5. So that's another cool feature that's new. On to individual tasks. So something you'll see on this page, because this is a completely new feature, is this like list of individual tasks. And you'll see each member has something called 2020 to 2021 hours. So this is basically the way that the portal logs hours that people had from last year. So you can see that some of these members had hours from last year. So make sure not to delete them because that's like your members' previous hours. But this is like good if, for example, somebody edited a video on their own time and you just wanted to create like an individual hours tracking for this. So this is a really cool way to make sure that your members know like what their hours are. So then here we have QR codes for checking into events and joining events. Awesome. This is where you can update your the way that your club looks on the Explore page. So we encourage you to fill out all of these things. Super awesome. Here, this is important. So officers, you are able to remove and add your own officers. If for some reason there are no officers in the service portal for some reason, you can let us know. The same goes for sponsors. So if you get a new sponsor for some reason, you are able to actually like add or remove a sponsor. Lastly, there's just a few like helpful links here. So that's kind of the portal. Please let me know if you have any questions because I know this is really new. So I guess going back to the slideshow, the next thing that we wanted to talk about was CHQ and in-person meetings, because that's been a bit of an ambiguous situation so far this year. But we're really pleased to announce that with CHQ, clubs are able to have in-person meetings. So within like their own sponsor's classroom, like a normal classroom, for example, clubs are allowed to have in-person meetings of up to 20 people. But if you're willing to contact Ms. B, you are actually able to book rooms like H301. I think there's a theater room and also M301 in the middle school, and you can get up to 50 people in those rooms. So if your club is larger, or if you want to have some kind of larger in-person event, that's also available now. So as for CHQ, I know that has also been confusing. Basically, the sponsor should be the one that fills out the spreadsheet and adds you to the system so that people can sign up. And it's basically just for COVID tracking. So people should still sign up for your club using the portal. It's like an additional measure for admin to see where you are. So if you need any help with that, you can contact us. The sponsor should be the one who is updating CHQ.
And just a note about that, if your club is still looking for a sponsor, you can have that go through us and we will make sure to get the correct times listed in CHQ.
Okay, so now we're going to talk a bit about fundraising and overseas donations. I think there's a lot of confusion regarding this last year, so we'd like to clear up a few things. So the school recently, I think last year, instituted a policy regarding overseas donations. Specifically, we can't donate money overseas blindly. So if you were to donate money overseas, what we would need as proof of your donation is the invoice, which shows that where directly the money is being donated, and that would prove as verification. So you can't donate money really without an invoice overseas. Locally, however, donations are okay, but overseas you need an invoice. And also, if you're sending materials like clothes overseas, there's no problem with that. But just for money donations, that's something you need to keep note of. You need an invoice.
There we go. So our ServCo retreat. So this is very exciting. Basically, on September 4th, our Service Council will be hosting our annual Service Leadership Retreat. So all of you guys are invited. This is, I guess, the first time we're officially announcing it, but basically it will happen September 4th which is a Saturday, from 9 to around 12 p.m. We're hoping that breakfast will be served there, as it is relatively early in the morning on a Saturday. And so this is a great opportunity if you're really looking for help with leadership styles and just leading your club in the upcoming year. So what this will look like is we will have a variety of workshops along with hopefully a guest speaker. And the workshops will include a wide array of things. For example, how to keep a member base engaged and how to utilize digital platforms in your service, and just a variety of things, and like partnerships with NGOs, just all the things that you need in order for your club to thrive in the upcoming year. So it'll be that, and also brainstorming for events and all of that good stuff. So more information about this will be coming out afterwards. We will have an RSVP form that we will send to you. And from there, you guys will have first priority as you guys are club officers. And yeah, we're really excited for it this year, and we hope you guys are able to make it. Another note is it is in person this year, which is fantastic compared to last year. So it'll be an H301. And then NSC applications. So there, I believe, are 1 or 2 people who are service projects on this call. So this may apply possibly to you if you're looking into doing this. Or again, for the rest of you officers, if you know people who are looking to apply to become a club, or if any of you are thinking of applying to become another club, in addition to the one that you're currently already in, we have NSC application period in October. So the application will be coming out end of September / early October From there, you're able to fill out the application and we as a council will review it. And yeah, so that is if you are looking to become a new club. And more information about that will come out at the time. It'll be in the e-news, daily bulletin, and you won't miss it.
Okay, so we've completed your club reviews, so you'll be getting those very shortly in an email from us. And yeah, those ratings are obviously on a red, yellow, green rating system, or a gray club if you haven't been able to conduct your service over the past year. So if any of you guys have any questions about the ratings or would like to meet regarding anything for the next year, feel free to reach out to us. For umbrellas, I'm in charge of SAS-centric clubs. Renee's in charge of Education for All. Ashley's in charge of NSCs. Chloe's in charge of Help for Disabled and Ill. Minkwei's in charge of Global Issues, and Mingyu's in charge of Poverty Eradication. So please reach out to your respective umbrella head if you'd like to organize a meeting regarding your rating, but I think they'll be fairly self-explanatory. Yeah, and I hope these ratings will give you a good idea of where you guys are at and what some of your next steps will be for the following year.
So that's about it for today. Like Neil said, you guys will be getting your club reviews very shortly. We will send them out soon this afternoon. So keep your eye out for those. And now is just a time that we want to open this to Q&A. So if you don't have any questions, feel free to head out, but please also stick around if you do have any questions or want to talk to any of the representatives. You can either ask it in the chat or unmute yourselves. Thank you so much. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got a direct question. So how are restrictions or COVID-19 restrictions, how does it look like for in-person events?
All right, so for in-person events, you'll need to register using CHQ, your club's meeting time. Then if you're going to have like an event that has less than 20 people going into it, this would be more for meetings, I think. You can have it in like a regular classroom, whereas if the event has more than 20 people, if it has up to 50 people, you can contact Ms. Tracy Vanderlinden, and she will help you to book either M301 in the middle school, H301 in the high school, or one of the theater rooms. As for like events like maybe a fundraiser or something, we're still waiting on some more information from admin to help us get more regulations on that. So we'll keep you informed.
Yeah, last year you may have, for those who have been officers last year, you may have noticed that there was a COVID approval form. So we're still double checking to see if that still would continue, that a COVID approval form from the HS admin would be required to host an in-person event. So like Chloe said, that may be something continuing this year, but we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll have the answer for that very shortly. So.
Any other questions?
Feel free to unmute yourselves or type in the chat or both.
You guys can also message us or email us after if you have any other.
Exactly. Stop any of us in the hallways.
Yep.
Yeah. Just stop us in the hallway. We'll be glad to answer any question or talk about your club.
But other than that, thank you guys so much for coming. We will send this recording in an email afterwards. Those of you who aren't able to make it, or if you want to go back and review some things.
So I guess, thank you all for coming. Feel free to leave if you like, but we would love to chill out and have a chat too.
Yes. Any of you guys want to talk about anything?
Thanks for coming, everyone.